Have you ever been so close to a manifestation, but it gets ripped right away and the rug just gets pulled right underneath you? I know how it feels. I've been in that place too. The only difference is that I made a decision not to let the 3D walk over me. In fact, any roadblock that pops up, I literally walk right over it like it doesn't even exist. I'm going to share with you how to take back your reality, how to get rid of circumstances in your life, and how you can reprogram the subconscious mind so that it can submit to your every desire. Yo, what up? Johnny here. I'm really glad you're here today. If you need some help or some guidance with your manifestations, do check out the link below. I do offer one-on-one coaching. What we really need to look at is the root causes of these problems and these issues that are arising in our reality. When we find the root cause, whether it's a belief, our self-concept, a past memory, or maybe some child traumatic experience, or maybe just past experiences of failure. So when we think about the thing that we want to go after, we already start going into this spiraling of the past experiences of why it didn't work the last time, and then we're going to do the same thing again. You don't get what you want as an identity, you get what you are. So we need to be able to shift of awareness of whatever that being is, and we don't think of the manifestation, we have to think from the manifestation. If I just think about having that perfect relationship, but I'm only thinking of it, it never will come into my life. I will see it come around me and I'll see it in other people and more of it, but it's not happening to me because I'm thinking of it outside of me. So when we think from it, we're thinking from as if it was something coming from us, as if we're already in that relationship. So we have to not think of it, we have to think from it. When you know you're doing the work, there's really no questioning about whether you're doing it right or whether you're doing it wrong. If you're just doing it, that's more than enough for it to work. And let the 3D do its thing and let it find you when the time is right. And how do you know when the time is right? It's when you feel the naturalness of it in you and you know for a fact that it's going to come and nothing's going to stop it. So I'm going to go over this method. It's a very simple method you can do through your day. And outside of that method, at the end, I'm going to show you on some pointers that I do throughout my day as well, so I can stay in the state of the wish fulfilled, so that my world around me will start working in my favor and circumstances will slowly dissipate until you remove every single thing in your way that it has no choice but for it to come into your reality. First, think about what you really want. Is it a new house? Is it something you've been wanting but you just can't afford? Or maybe you're just broke right now and you really need to pay the bills. Maybe it's a new career, or maybe you want to leave your job and do something different. You really need to really think about it. And the reason why is because once you know that this works, the potential of whatever it is you want is infinite. So we don't even have to pick just something simple. I've read so many stories of even someone just said, yeah, a settlement just randomly came in because they put in the work and somehow they decided to pay this $200,000 to this settlement that's been many years old. So sometimes putting in this work can change the way the 3D reacts, and people will go out of the way to figure out, okay, I probably do need to write this check to this kid for that 200,000, right? And also, if there's any beliefs or your self-concept or any past memories or traumatic experiences in your life, we want to shift out of the old self and come into the new being and leave behind what we don't need in our life anymore. Because when you think of a memory or you think of a thought, the mind doesn't know whether that thought or that memory is happening in the past or it's happening now. So when you recall some experience that was bad, it actually thinks it's happening now, and then your body starts reacting to it. And then you're impressing the subconscious, and then you get more of that. So when you start noticing why I'm getting the same things in life, is because you're replaying something in your belief system, and it's reoccurring back out. We need to let go of that old self and create this new being, this new identity, and have a fresh new start today. Wherever you are in the world, just find a quiet place. It could be in your living room, your bathroom, you're in your car if you're waiting for somebody, or just a few minutes. Just what you want to do during your day. Just find a quiet place and close your eyes. Just try to clear our mind if we can. If it chatters, just let it be. That subconscious is the one that's starting to talk to you and trying to get you out of what you're trying to do here. We want to get into that drowsy state. This is the state that we can start reprogramming the subconscious mind. Then we think about what are the beliefs that we don't want in our life anymore, and what are the new beliefs that we want to be as this new person. How would it feel if I was already that person? Or how would it feel if I've already had that $100,000 Porsche? Or how would it feel if I'm able to finally start a family? Or how would it feel if I had this new house? We want to embody the feeling by thinking, if I had it, how would I feel now? And if you don't know what you want, just imagine how would it feel instead of waiting 5-10 years to retire. How would it feel if I were to retire tomorrow and still be able to take care of more than enough in my life with the money I make and beyond? Simply imagine yourself living that life and imagining the end, not of it, but from it. You don't need to question whether it's working or not. If you're just closing your eyes and thinking of the thought, that's already good enough. You're already putting in the work. It doesn't have to be perfect. I've never had to really picture an image in my mind. I just think about it and live in. And obviously, if you had that, whatever it is that you want, how would it be and how would it feel, right? You would probably smile or something like that. So we come out of that state and we release it into the fields. So we release this old energy and think of it as it's going away and saying bye to that old energy. And then we're accepting in this new energy of our new being by living in that state, that happy state, or that state of knowing that you're living from it. And there are a lot of times when I do close my eyes, I do whisper as well as an affirmation that, why is my life so perfect? Why is my life so perfect? Why is my life so perfect? Why is my life? You would ask in a question form and say it out loud or whisper it. The reason why is that the subconscious is more receptive to your voice when speaking out loud than the thoughts that are just in your mind. So it does actually help speaking out these words, and especially with your affirmations. It might make you look crazy, but believe me, speaking out loud will help you manifest even quicker and faster by speaking these out loud. Here are some tips, some pointers that can help you on your way. I highly recommend trying to do this method during your day as many times as you can, 1, 2, maybe 3 times. Three is a magic number. And you want to do this daily until your manifestation has appeared and hardened into fact. During our waking state, we just want to deny all senses of our reality of what we see. We don't want to go out seeking for validation. We don't want to find out if our SP has responded to a post that we made online or get them to respond to you in a certain way. We need to stop looking for outside validation for what it is. Just live in the end and picture whatever it is in your mind and live in that state, and don't waver from whatever it is that you want. There are times when I notice that the 3D will try to make you respond to it. It's going to throw circumstances at you that feel like everything is starting to fall apart. And what I do when I see that, I totally ignore it and I keep living in the faith. It's like, I don't know what you're trying to show me here. As long as we don't dwell upon those problems and dwell upon it as if it's the end of the world or everything seems to collapse and one problem after another keeps on arising. We just don't want to react in the sense of creating emotion tied to that experience. When we detach from that experience and we say, no, I don't accept that, and you change and re-script what you see in your mind. Nope, my bills are paid on time. I always come up with money no matter what. whatever the situation or whatever troubling situation you're in, anything can happen as long as you stay in that state and persist into that new state and identity and keep persisting until it has no other way or no other choice but for that reality to come into your existence. Another tip I can give you is that if you're ever feeling down or you start hearing your thoughts saying the opposite, this is when you want to use some affirmations and say something out loud to yourself and repeat these affirmations so you would crowd the mind with that only one thought. This is another way to help you impress the subconscious mind. And if you're still feeling like troubling or having some difficulties, you might have to go deeper than just sitting in a chair and closing your eyes. To reprogram your subconscious mind, it might take some work. And the reason why is that these wires have been hardwired in your brain from a very young age. So in order for us to create new neural pathways and new ways of making connections within our brain, we're going to have to really put in the work and to be able to shift that old identity and get out of it into the new one. So if we're having some kind of negative state or we're in a weird spiral, close your eyes and meditate. Other than that, if you made it this far, do like and subscribe. I have so much more to give. And if there's anything that has helped you in your reality, or maybe there's something you like me to talk about, or maybe there's some manifestations that happened in your life, or maybe you're stuck somewhere, do leave that comment below. I'd love to hear what you think about it and let me know about your manifestation journey. Here I go deeper into the law of assumption on how to focus and put your attention on your wish fulfilled and show you exactly all the steps and what you need to do to manifest your reality. Until then, I'll see you on the next one.